सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। जनार्दना जगन्नाथ शङ्खचक्रधर सर्वेशा जनार्दना जगन्नाथ शङ्खचक्रधर सर्वेशा श्रितजनपाला श्रीनिवास श्रितजनपाला श्रीनिवास कलियुगवरद श्री वेङ्कटेश श्रितजनपाला श्रीनिवास कलियुगवरद श्री वेङ्कटेश श्रीधरा केशवा श्रीधरा केशवा श्रीकर शुभकर ऋषिकेशा जनार्दना जगन्नाथ शङ्खचक्रधर सर्वेशा अगणित गुणगण अनन्तरूपा आनन्दामृत अमित प्रतापा अगणित गुणगण अनन्तरूपा आनन्दामृत अमित प्रतापा श्रीधरा केशवा Sridhara Keshava Shrikara Shubhakara Rishikesha Janardana Jagannatha Shankha-chakra-dhara sarvesha Shankha-chakra-dhara sarvesha Om Namo Narayanaaya 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 Sachidanandarupaya Vishwotpattyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha. So in the last class, after the birth of Bhagavan, we were seeing the Stuti of Vasudeva. So in this Stuti, if you see, it is nothing but concentrated Vedanta. What is concentrated Vedanta? Mayyeva sakalam jatam Mayi sarvam pratishtitam Mayi sarvam layam yati Tad brahmadvayam asmyaham. This is Vedanta. This verse is from which text? It is from Kaivalya Upanishad. Mayyeva sakalam jatam. Everything is born out of me. Mayi sarvam pratishtitam. Everything remains in me. Mayi sarvam layam yati. Everything dissolves in me. So who am I? Tad brahmadvayam asmyaham. I am that non-dual Brahman. So if you see the essence of Vasudeva's Stuti, It is nothing but the stuti of the self, the glorification of the self. The whole world is just a projection on this self. So, O Lord, though I am seeing you in this form, I know who you are. You are the self in me. In this self, the whole world is projected out of Maya. This world has only an illusory reality. It is this consciousness which is giving existence to this world. Now you are doing a drama. After having created the world, now becoming the Lord of the world. Everything is an illusion. World is an illusion, therefore the creator of the world is an illusion. And therefore the creatures in the world also are illusions. The truth is this self alone. Now Vasudeva's stuti is over. Now the stuti is of Devaki Mata. Let us see verse number 23. Atheinam vikshya महापुरुषलक्षणं देवकी तमुपाधावत् कंसाद्भीता शुचिस्मिता अथ एनम् आत्मजं वीक्ष्य आत्मजam Atma ja means that is born of. Atma means oneself. That who is born of oneself. Atmaja means what? One's own son. Atha enam, this son who is born of herself, Vikshya, having seen. And what is he seeing there? Seeing there, Mahapurusha Lakshanam, with all characteristics of Mahapurusha. What are the characteristics? Chaturbhuja, all those things. Mahapurusha Lakshanam. Avatara is born. Devaki. What is the condition of Devaki earlier? Kamsad Bhita. Scared of Kamsa. Kamsad Bhita. But now, after having seen Bhagavan, what happened to her? Shuchihi Smita. Now she started smiling. Means at that time her sorrow disappeared. So when we do stuti, do you do stuti in a sad mode or a happy mode? When do you sing? Only in films you sing when you are sad. Otherwise, singing is always in a joyous mode. So stuti should always be understood that that person is very happy. So this Devaki, who was very much scared of Kamsa, who was very miserable, but seeing this Bhagavan, all her miseries disappeared. Smita, she started smiling. And her heart became very pure, Shuchihi. And with that pure-hearted mood, with a pure mind, Tam Upadhavat, she started doing the stuti of Bhagavan. Devakyuvacha. So what does Devaki say? Verse number 24. Rupam yattat prahuravyaktamadhyam brahma jyotirnirgunam nirvikāram sattā-mātraṁ nirviśeṣaṁ niriham sattvam sakshad vishnuradhyatmadīpaha. O Lord, Prahuhu, they say. They means who? The Vedas, the great scriptures. They glorify you, your form. They describe your form as what? Avyaktam, Adyam, Brahma, Jyotihi, Nirgunam, Nirvikāram, sattā-mātraṁ, nirviśeṣaṁ, niriham, sa tvam, such a you, sakshad Vishnu, adhyatma-dīpa. So how many terms? You will find there are 10 terms there. And all these terms are nothing but Vedantic terms. I am sure you must have gone through all these terms. Okay. They are all Vedantic terms. So now, we will use these terms now. So first, let us start from nirguna. Nirgunam. Nirgunam means what? The one who has no guna. Now see, these are all the descriptions of consciousness. This has to be understood. Not some Brahman sitting somewhere and all that. No, right here, it is a description of the self. This way you have to understand. Never keep Bhagavan away from you. Always keep him nearest to you. And the nearest to you is consciousness, the self. So this is our description, okay? What is this? Somebody asked Ramana Maharshi, Bhagavan, why do you read scriptures now? Now that you have realized the self and all that, why do you read scriptures? Bhagavan said, I just wanted to know what they have written about me. I wanted to know. So this way we have to see. This is about me. So nirgunam, this consciousness has no gunas. Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, none of these gunas are there in this consciousness, and therefore it is avyaktam. Avyaktam means what? It is not manifest to the senses or the mind. Nirgunam, therefore avyaktam. Now you will find that these are all the terms which are connected to each other. That which has no guna can never be perceived by the senses. Consciousness cannot be grasped by the mind or the senses because it has no properties. Guna means property. Therefore it is avyaktam, and therefore it is nirvikāram also. Vikara means modification. Unless there is some property, how can there be any modification? Yes or no? Only the properties can modify. If there is no property itself, there cannot be any modification. And therefore, it is nirviśeṣaṁ. Nirviśeṣaṁ means what? It cannot be described in words. See, unless there is something, some visheshata, can you describe anything? Something should be there to describe. The one which has no gunas, how can you describe it? Nirviśeṣaṁ. There is no viśeṣaṁ, adjective. Adjective is the description for any noun. That description is not possible. Vishesha also means something unique, special, The wonder of wonders is Bhagavan is without any speciality. He is truly ordinary, and therefore it is very difficult to pay attention to something which is absolutely ordinary. Truly he is extraordinary. Extraordinary means what? Too much ordinary. He is so ordinary that you ignore him, though he is always present. Somebody who is very special, very easily your attention goes towards that person. But somebody who is very, very ordinary, you generally tend to ignore. And Bhagavan belongs to that category. He is always there that you ignore him. So such an entity has to be sattā-mātraṁ. Sattā means existence. Sattā-mātraṁ means pure existence. What do you mean pure existence? Ornaments exist because of gold. Tree exists because of wood. Wood exists because of atom. That entity in which that because of term is missing is called pure existence. That entity which exists because of nothing, that exists, that's it. The easeness, we say, pure existence, absolute existence, independent existence, it doesn't depend on anything. Sattā-mātraṁ. In fact, everything is existing, borrowing existence from it. So whatever you see existing, that existence is not its own existence, It is the existence of the self which is distorted, borrowed by everybody. The original existence, the pure existence, which gives existence to everything. That existence which can never become non-existent. Why it cannot become non-existent? Because existence is its nature. Why fire cannot be cold? Because heat is its nature. Nature means what? It just cannot be otherwise. So the nature of the self is, it can never become non-existent. It is pure existence, sattā-mātraṁ. And therefore, it is adyam, causeless cause. Adyam means the first one. First one means what? It was always there. It doesn't depend on anything else. Adyam. And that which is pure existence has to be Brahma. Brahma means what? The word meaning of Brahma is big. That is Brihatvad Brahma. That is the word meaning. Brihatvad. It is big. Big means what? You see, big is always used as an adjective. Big ant, big elephant. So somewhere you tend to get an idea of how much big it is by seeing the noun, isn't it? Big ant means what? You know how much big it can be. It can be beyond a particular thing. Big mountain, you have an idea. But suppose it is said only big. How much big? So this big here means infinite. Big. Brahma. Right? And niriham, actionless. There is no action in it. It is just in its state of being, not in a state of doing. There is no doing there. There is only being. No, but it knows. No, sat chit. Chit means knowing. So then knowing is a doing. No. Its knowing is also being. Mind's knowing is doing. Senses knowing is doing. There is an action involved. When the mind knows, it's an action. But when consciousness knows, it is not an action, it is a state of being. Are you able to understand what I am saying? There is no effort involved. Knowing is his nature. So there is something called state of doing, there is something called state of being. You have to understand the difference. Fire giving heat, is it being or doing? Being. Bird flying, is it doing or being? See, wherever there is a choice, that is doing. Okay? Bird may fly, bird may not fly. So there is a choice there. So then that is action. There is a deliberate action there. So where there is no choice, that is being. Mirror reflects, doing or being? Being. There is no choice. Sun gives heat and light, doing or being? Being. So consciousness knowing is doing or being? It's just being. Knowing is its nature. It cannot stay without knowing. That is called as chit. So even in that knowing aspect, there is no doing there. Even in that being aspect, there is no doing there. So it is niriham, actionless. It is just present. Niriham. Iha also means desire. So desireless. That meaning also can be taken. Free from all kinds of desire. Why is it free from all kinds of desires? Because it is bliss. Absolute bliss. The one which is experiencing absolute bliss cannot have any desire. Because every desire is an expression of absence of happiness. Whenever you desire something, it is a symptom of absence of contentment, happiness, joy. Something more you want. That desire, that want is an expression of some emptiness within. Nirviśeṣaṁ, no desires, because it is bliss absolute. Satchidananda Swarupa it is. What is his nature? Jyotihi, it is a kind of light. What light is it? So in Vedanta, whenever we say light, there is a definition. What is light? That in the presence of which a thing is known. That is called as light. That in the presence of which a thing is known. So in the presence of light, you see things. So therefore you say it is light. But this light is a very unique light. If with the external light you can see only the color and the form of a thing. But what about this light of consciousness? You are able to know shabda, sound. You are conscious of sound. In the light of consciousness you are aware. Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, everything you know. In which light? Light of consciousness. Deepa, jyotihi. Not only you are able to see all the shabda, sparsha, sound, feel, touch, color, etc. You can also see your thoughts. In which light do you see your thoughts? In the light of consciousness. So one of the description of this self of consciousness is it's a light. And where is this light? Adhyatma deepaha. See the term, adhyatma deepaha. It is the light of the self, adhi atma, pertaining to atma, pertaining to self. The light which is emanating from the self, from the aham. Sattvam sakshat Vishnu. Oh Lord, you are this. Adhyatma deepa, which has all this property. So all these verses are filled with Mahavakyas of the Upanishads. Tattvamasi. Aham Brahma Asmi. Aham, see, Adhyatma, this I is Vishnu. Every time the attention should go to the self. Bhagavan is here, not there. Even the Arati also the same thing, We have discussed it many times. Natatra suryo bhati na chandra. Bhagavan, I am showing you a light in front of you now. Bhagavan, but I know, not this, with this light that I am seeing you. You are that light with which all the other lights are seen. Suryaha, Chandra, Tarakam. All these lights are seen in the light of this Adhyatmic light. You are that. My prostration unto you. This is the meaning of that Arati. Natra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyutah kutoyam agnihi. Bhagavan, what to talk of this light? Tameva bhantam, you shine. Anubhati sarvam. In your light, everything else shine. Tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. Everything is shining in the light of consciousness. My prostration unto you. This is the meaning. Adhyatma deepam. Sattvam sakshat. To know this consciousness, which instrument do you need? You don't need any instrument. You don't need mind, you don't need senses, you don't need anything. That's why sakshat. Sakshat. Direct. Without any medium, you can experience His presence. A dumb person also can see. Deaf person can see. Blind person, everybody, we are experiencing this consciousness shining in our own heart. That is you. So this is Devaki's Stuti of Bhagavan. Next verse. Nashte loke dviparardhavasane mahabhuteshvadi bhutam gateshu vyakte vyaktam kala vegena yate bhavane kashishyate shesha satnyah. Bhagavan, during the pralaya, nashte loke, when the whole world, nashtah, it dissolves. Nashte loke. When does it happen? Dviparardha avasane. In the end of Dviparardha. What is this Dviparardha? Okay. See, in our scriptures, there are 4 types of pralaya. Okay. What are the 4 types of pralaya? First one is called nitya pralaya. Pralaya means what? When the world comes to an end. What is this nitya pralaya? Nitya pralaya means that which happens every day. When does that pralaya happen? When we go to sleep. World is gone. Some are in pralaya now. I am just joking. Okay, nobody is in pralaya. Nitya pralaya. So when we go to sleep, the world for us has come to an end. This is nitya pralaya. The second one is called naimittika pralaya. That is when Brahmaji go to sleep. When does Brahmaji go to sleep? After 1000 Chaturyugas. Okay. How much is one Chaturyuga? How much is 43 lakh 20,000 years. Okay. How much is Kali Yuga? 4 lakh. 4 lakh 20,000. 43 lakh 20,000. By 10 is how much? 4 lakh 32,000. Yes. 4 lakh 32,000 is Kali Yuga. Into 2 is Dwapara. Into 3 is Treta Yuga. Into 4 is Satyuga. So Satya plus Treta plus Dwapara plus Kali is Chaturyuga. It is 10 times Kali Yuga. 43 lakh 20,000 years. This is one Chaturyuga. So what is Brahmaji's daytime? 1000 Chaturyuga is Brahmaji's daytime. And how much is his night time? Another 1000 Chaturyuga. He wakes up for 12 hours, sleeps for 12 hours. We are better, I think. Okay, 1000 Chaturyuga. That is his daytime. So when he goes to sleep, that is called as naimittika pralaya. When Brahmaji goes to sleep after his one day. And what is the lifespan of Brahmaji? He lives for 100 years. With every year 365. So this way he lives for 100 years. Parardha means his 50 years. So Dvi Parardha means how much? 100 years. Dvi means 2. So after 100 years, now Brahmaji is not going to sleep, he is going to die. After 100 years, he is going to die. That is called as Dviparardha. Dviparardhavasane. At the end, when even Brahmaji, even the Brahmaloka is going to dissolve. That is called as Prakrita Pralaya. Nitya Pralaya, Naimittika Pralaya, that is when Brahmaji, Naimittika means when Brahmaji goes to sleep. Prakrita Pralaya means when Brahmaji is going to die. This is the third Pralaya. Fourth one is Atyantika Pralaya. What is Atyantika Pralaya? Ultimate Pralaya. What is it? That is when the person attains moksha. When a person realizes a self, and when he leaves the body, finished. It is Atyantikam. There is no more coming back to this world. The world ceases for him. That is called Atyantika, ultimate. Right. Nashte loke dvi parardhavasane. At the end of Brahmaji's tenure. What happens at that time during that pralaya? Mahabhuteshu adibhutam gateshu. When all the bhutas, the mahabhutas, they enter into, they merge into, dissolve into adibhuta. So this also has to be understood. So there are certain things which you must, again and again it keeps coming in Bhagavatam. So in the creation, the first stage is called avyakta prakriti. That's the first stage. Avyaktam means unmanifest. That is a state of pralaya, when nothing is manifest. Avyakta prakriti. The next stage of creation is called mahat-tattva. In Bhagavad Gita also these terms come. Mahat-tattva. That's the next stage. From mahat-tattva comes ahankara. It's a technical term, ahankara. You can call it cosmic ego. So, avyakta prakriti, mahat-tattva, ahankara, and from that ahankara, all the other things come. So from the sattvic aspect of ahankara, jnanendriyas come. Mana buddhi chitta ahankara, that comes from that sattvic aspect. From the rajasic aspect of ahankara comes karmendriyas and pranas. And from the tamasic aspect of ahankara comes panchamahabhutas. This is how the whole Bhagavatam describes. Avyakta prakriti, mahat-tattva, ahankara, then the creation. Now sometimes these terms doesn't make any sense to us. Oh, I know how hard this is. But if you just observe your life, yat pindande tad brahmande, there is a statement. So if you want to understand the working of the cosmos, just observe yourself. You will find that this is true. So first is avyakta prakriti. When we are asleep, what is our experience? Everything is avyaktam. Avyaktam means unmanifest. Nothing is clear. Nothing is clear. We don't know anything. We don't know anything about ourselves, about the world. That is called as unmanifested, avyakta. And the moment we wake up, that is called as mahat-tattva. There is a stage after waking up where you have woken up but you don't know anything. You are not even aware that you are the body. Yes or no? For a fraction of a second, there is a stage where you have woken up, but there is a blank. That is mahat-tattva. Then the third is ahankara. What is the third stage? You identify with the body. So you wake up, for some time you are in the blank state, then you identify with the body. The moment you identify with the body, there is ahankara. I am this, lying down on the bed. Right? After that comes all the thoughts about the world. What should I do today? All those things. You see? So whatever is happening in us, just observe your own experience. You will find that the same thing is happening in Brahmanda also. Whatever happens in the microcosm, the same thing happens in the macrocosm. There is a similarity. So whenever such descriptions come, you try to observe yourself. Try to find out what is happening in me. Right. So why did I say this? So first one, avyakta prakriti. Next one, mahat-tattva. Next one, ahankara. Then prapancha. Now in the pralaya, it just goes back the same line. How it unfolds, that very same way is the way to, dissolve. The way of dissolution is also the same thing. Now observe how you go to sleep. What is the first thing you do? You cut off yourself from the world. Yes or no? Prapancha is gone. Then you lie down in the bed. Even when you are lying down, ahankara is there. Identification is there. And then you desiring sleep. All the senses are cut off, switched off. Mind is also prepared. And then what happens? You enter into mahat-tattva. And then avyakta. Isn't it? So in the same way with cosmos also. So what is written here? Mahabhuteshu adibhutam gateshu. So all these mahabhutas, they enter into adibhuta. What is adibhuta? Nothing but avyakta prakriti. So in that pralaya, and all this, everything merge back into avyakta prakriti. Vyakte avyaktam kalavegena yate. Kalavegena. In that flow of time, when the time marches, what happens? All this vyakta prakriti merges into avyakta prakriti. The manifest universe merges into unmanifest. O Bhagavan, Bhavan Ekah Shishyate. When the whole world has merged in that pralaya, nothing remains, Bhagavan, except you. Bhagavan Ekah Shishyate, you alone remain. And therefore, Shesha Sajñah, your name is Shesha. Shesha means what? What remains is called Shesha. Shesh. In Hindi also is the same meaning. Shesh. Sirf wahi shesh rehta hai. He alone remains. So Bhagavan, therefore your name is Shesha. So, what Devaki is trying to say is, you are the Lord of this universe. Everything will dissolve in time except you. Next verse also is about Kala only. Yoyam kalastasya te vyaktabandho cheshtamahuscheshtate yena vishvam nimeshadirvatsaranto mahiyan tam tveshanam kshemadhama prapadye. To that Lord I surrender. Prapadye. Who is that Lord? Bhagavan. Yaha ayam kalaha. This Kala, which appears to survive this dissolution also. In fact, this Kala is so great, the time is so great, cheshtate yena vishwam, the whole world is functioning in strict obedience to this Kala, this time. Everything happens in this world in accordance with time. The time appeared to be the ruler of this world. At the right time, creation happens. At the right time, dissolution also happens. Srishti Sthiti happens in time. Individual also. A person is born in time. And when the time of death comes, he can't even extend even 1 second. That is the power of time. And then it is in time that the karma fructifies into karma phala. And that karma phala chases the person who has done that karma. Can't escape. Everything happens in time. This world is functioning so beautifully well in time. Bhagavan, this time, tasya cheshtam ahu, it is just a leela of yours. The so-called time which is ruling everyone is under its control, nobody can escape time. That time, Bhagavan, is a mere leela of yours. This time which is having all kinds of units, from the smallest unit to the largest unit. Nimeshadi adihi vatsaranto mahiyan. Smallest unit to the largest unit. You know what is the smallest unit of time? In third canto, there is a description. How do you measure the smallest unit of time? So there, the measurement is, how much does the sun's rays take to cover the smallest particle? The time taken for the sun's ray to cover the smallest particle is called as paramanu. What is paramanu? That entity which cannot be divided further. It's called paramanu. How much does the sun's rays take to cover it? Sweep across. That is a unit of time. It's called as paramanu kala. Actually, nimisha etc. is too big. Paramanu kala is very, very small. See the way our ancient rishis used to measure everything, And the time taken for the sun to cover the entire earth, what is it? That is called as samvatsara, 1 year. So, from the smallest unit, here it is mentioned nimesha. Nimesha is even bigger. The moment, nimesha means moment. Smallest time to the largest time. This Kala, which is ruling the whole world, Bhagavan, it is a leela of yours. You are the Lord of time also. Tam tu Ishanam, to that Lord. He Kshemadhama, an abode of all Kshema, welfare and well-being. Prapadye. I surrender unto you. Bhagavan is the Lord of time. Why is Bhagavan called Lord of time? The one who is unaffected by time is called the Lord of time. Everything gets destroyed in time except Bhagavan. So therefore Bhagavan is called the Lord. Anyone who survives time is the Lord. So what is that entity? Consciousness in us. Consciousness is the Lord. So therefore Bhagavan, verse number 27. Very beautiful verse. Martyo mrityuvalabhitah palayan lokan sarvan nirbhayam nadhyagachat tvatpadabjam prapya yadrachayadya swasthashete mrityurasmadapaiti. Yes, martyah, mortal being. What is his condition in this world? Mrityu vyala bhita. He is so scared, bhita. All the time worried, tension, tensed, anxious, miserable. Why is he bhita? Mrityu vyala bhita. Vyala means a snake. There is a snake which is constantly troubling him. What is that snake? Mrityu is that snake. Mrityu vyala bhita. This martyah, mortal being, all the time worried about death. In another place in Bhagavatam, it is said, Kala vyala mukha grasa trasta. This is our condition. People who are all the time miserable. Why? Because we are all inside Kala vyala. Vyala means a snake. We are all inside the tummy of a snake called Kala. And constantly we are getting digested inside that stomach of that snake. How do you know? All this yellow hair, what is that? White hairs, grey. They are all the indication of digestion that is happening. Some have just entered. Some are half digested. Some are almost done. Constantly we are getting digested. Kala vyala mukha grasa trasa. So, martyah mrityu vyala bhitah. No, this is the condition of everyone. In this world, everybody has this fear. What is that fear? Fear of death. And what is he doing? Palayan. He is running here and there. Slokan sarvan. The whole world he is running around, trying to escape this death. In fact, all the fears in this world is directly or indirectly connected to death only. Fear of darkness, fear of snakes, fear of height, fear of ghost. There are so many kinds of, what do you call that? Fear? Phobia. All the phobias are connected to this one only. Mrityu bhita. So he is running, he is trying his level best to escape from this fear. Sarvan lokan. But is he able to get rid of this fear? Nirbhayam na adhyagachat. He is never able to find a nirbhaya sthanam, a place where he can become totally fearless. It doesn't find anywhere. But tvatpadabjam prapya yadrichaya, rare few ones, out of coincidence, out of some great punya which they have done, they come to this path, the path of spirituality. And there they find, what do they find? Tvatpadabjam, Bhagavan, your lotus feet. Prapya, having attained, swasthaha shete. They become swastha. Swastha means what? Carefree. Shete, they are able to sleep. All the fears vanish. All the miseries, worries, anxieties go away. Swastha. This swastha is a beautiful word. Sthaha means to stay. Swa means in oneself. So the one who has learned to stay in oneself. Staying in oneself means what? Abiding in consciousness. Hridsthale manaha swasthata kriya bhakti yoga bodhascha nischitam. What is the purpose of life? Rather, purpose of all the yogas, Kriya Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, what is that? Ashtanga Yoga, Kundalini Yoga. Purpose is only one. What is it? Hridsthale manaha swasthata. In the heart space, Hridsthale manaha swasthata. Resting of the mind in the heart space, in one's own self. So there also the term comes swasthata. Swastha in Hindi means healthy. So when are you most healthy? When you abide in consciousness. Otherwise you are unhealthy only. Swasthashete. So here we have to understand this. In the language of devotion, tvat-padabjam, these terms you will find. Surrendering unto the lotus feet of the Lord. Holding on to the lotus feet of the Lord. This is what you will find. Such terms you will find in bhakti related text. In the jnana related text, what are the terms found? Abidance in consciousness. Abidance in the self. So they appear to be two different languages, but one is the language of the head, jnana. The other is the language of the heart, bhakti. But both are one and the same. Tvat-padabjam prapya, having attained your lotus feet, swastha, he becomes carefree. Shete, he lies down, relaxes. This is true relaxation. Shete. Till then there is no relaxation because constantly traveling. We are all travelers in this world, Death is a temporary rest in a hotel room. That is death. Again travel. Oh run, palayan. Again, small break. Continue. But ultimate rest we are talking of. When you reach back your home, and generally people have this, picnic and all, Saturday, Sunday. You run around. Finally you are tired, exhausted. Money gone, peace of mind gone, everything gone, health gone, stomach upset, eating all unwanted things. Then there is only one thought. When will I go home? My sweet home. Isn't it? So when we reach that Lord, knowing Him to be in the self, consciousness, swasthashete, in such a person, mrityuhu asmat apaiti. Such a person, from such a person, mrityu, death, just goes away, retreats. Apaiti, goes away. Right? So as long as we don't come to the Lord, there is no question of peace. There is only wandering. There is only misery. And the rare few ones, when their punyas fructify, they come to this path, the path of spirituality, and there they finally find a refuge, a place, a resting place. Right. Okay. So the next part we will see in the next class. Now, Devaki comes to her family role as a mother. Very interesting prayer of Devaki that we will see in the next class. Right. Nanda Kishora Navanita Chora Vrindavana Sanchara Vrindavan sanchara. Nanda Kishora Navanita Chora. Vrindavana sanchara. Vrindavana sanchara. He Sheshashayana, He Garuda Gamana. He Sheshashayana, He Garuda Gamana. Aravindanayana Gopalana. Aravindanayana Gopalana. Nanda Kishora Navanita Chora. Vrindavana sanchara. Vrindavana sanchara. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet, asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.